Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 11, Week 2, Day 5. So today, of course, we got ourselves the new Bounty Hunter. Unfortunately, the troop is really bad, however, we do get another star for Drifting Sands this week. It is actually a Drifting Sands week as well, which it doesn't always coincide that way. The Bounty Hunter isn't always the same as whatever the kingdom is, however, this week it is. So let's go and get that thing, get it maxed. We are getting it maxed, even though we did skip it for the faction. The reason we skipped faction is because whenever it finally comes into drop table, we can simply just throw shards on it and easily target out wherever it is. However, one thing that we can't end up doing, and I'm not sure why I clicked that kingdom, but of course the one that we're missing is from Hall of Guardians, which I believe it's not in drop table right now. It shouldn't be. I can go peek real quick. Yeah, it probably isn't. But it's probably a couple weeks still. But we're still missing that. But we could always target it. Like, all we have to do is wait till it's in drop table, throw some shards, and we're good to go. We can't quite target the Bounty Hunter troop. So for that reason, we are maxing it now, instead of just doing the free battles. This will eat up 710 gems. But, you know, Bounty Hunter has some pretty good loot. Definitely a lot of good things to be had. Particularly the double major orb there. I believe we only need one more tier. Just make sure to upgrade it before... Hey, dinosaur set. Dinosaur set 2, I didn't realize we had dinosaur set 1. But anyways, let's go upgrade this guy. Make sure to upgrade his ascension before you throw a blue orb on it, or else that would be a very big fail. Has anyone actually done that yet? I haven't yet, out of paranoia. However, I have a feeling I will eventually. I haven't done that yet. But always make sure to send first, or you're very much wasting your blue orb. Make sure it says legendary to mythic. And there we go. Is it worthwhile to even throw a green here? Let's do it for the other level there. But hello everyone, it's finally the weekend. Hope all have been having a wonderful time. Has 50% score reduction. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do too much. Of course, we are forced to have to use it. But it's really not doing that much overall. There we go. So if we go check now in the overworld, we can actually see the little graphic there. That's weird, it's all like glitched out. It's not showing up now. There's like a little ray of light, but that's because all the way over here is our Drifting Sands. 25 star, the nice little golden stars, but there we go. And that, I believe, is additional 2,000 gold per day right down there, which is not the best buff, not the worst buff. I'd prefer Tribute Chance, but honestly, this is probably better than Tribute Reward a lot of times. It effectively is better than 0.25 Tribute Reward in every single situation. It's not better than Tribute Chance, but it's better than Tribute Reward, oddly enough, so that's nice. Anyways, so that's doable. Realistically, you might have 24 star because if you don't have the other dragon yet. Speaking of which, let's go do dungeons first. Because if you don't have the yellow gem dragon, you will not have the 25th, you'll have 24, as the yellow one is required for that 25th there. Alright, let's see if we fail on the first click again. Yep. Why do I even try? Oh, we got some extra MS. That's so little, though. Why only 12? There it is. The first click insta trap again. Also, this is the one we're going to need cleanse for again, because web's kind of annoying. So let's go for cleanse option. So we have a good way to deal with it. Also, hello everyone. I didn't say hello to everyone yet. Hello, Bill, who actually came first this time, even though he always says first. Welcome, welcome. Back to the true firsts. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Gimli. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Daddy Shark. Hello, Roman. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Isabel. Hello, JZG. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Lester. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, Logic Slayer, and hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Okay, so, first things first. Take yellow. We got that. Next, take purple. Next, win. Get all mana, then insta-kill everything. I'll take that out. Not enough damage, but then take that into a second one, and we're good to go. Oh yeah, another thing to consider as we keep going down, their durability is indeed going up, which is a factor to consider. We might have to adapt our teams over time. The biggest issue is when we have to deal with a cleanse. Because then we have to build like around Beatrix or around Voice of Orpheus or literally put both of them into a team or something similar. Like we're kind of forced to have to build closer to like we have to use half our team just to deny whatever the effect is. Because 4 times silence, 4 times death mark, 4 times web. There's a lot of them that can be really annoying. Honestly, death mark doesn't do too much, though in the later battles it might. When you're not killing them that quickly. Because that would eventually happen. I'm trying for purple off the sky. We did not get it there. He stole all my purple through cascading. And there's still no purple option. I'm just going to do that and hope he doesn't take it from us. He does. That's kind of unfortunate. this point, I'm just going to have to cast Beatrix and hope it lands. It kind of does. We still don't have the purple we need to get rolling, though. How on earth, after all this, there's still no purple to take on the entire board? I'm very tempted to just take Beatrix Mana, just cast again. That should be enough damage to wipe. And they're dead. That's the only problem with using true damage with physical. Actually, I almost feel like putting Scourge of Honor there, to be honest. I think we will for next one. What was the mana block? Let me double check. What is Scourge of Honor mana block if I put it there? The only problem is I think well, that's not really a problem. I just do this. But yeah, let's try it this way next time. Oh, but if I do that, I don't need the excess purple. Oh, then again, I wasn't using it earlier either. Though I do kind of want the secondary color to be on something else then if we're doing it that way. Because we kind of want it to be green something. Like green purple. Like +2 purple, +1 green, -1 something. Like that, for example. Yeah, that would work. Let's try it like that tomorrow. But anyways, once again, a single perfect. Is anyone else still on an all-0 streak? Oh yeah, the other one has to be another trap. I normally click on it just for the fun of it. But yeah, it has to be a trap, and there it is, Death Mark. That would have been annoying, Web and Death Mark. But yeah, that's a guaranteed trap. Since we already knew from everything else. Anyways, let's go do Bounty Hunter. So of course, as I was mentioning, we did get a new Bounty Hunter today with a new troop for 25 star on Drifting Sands. Let's go build a team. Oh wait, it saved my team from last time? Does Bounty Hunter normally do that? I always thought you had to build your team from scratch. Well, let's replace one troop for a different troop. What's it called again? Stone, I put it in the title, I already forgot its name though. It's called like Stone something. Where are the S's at? Probably so many things have the term Stone Skin. Stoneshell. There we go. And that's our team. So much team building. Anyways, that should be fine. It says 30 times multiplier, which means we are correct. As long as this says 30 times, you have the correct team. And then you basically just kill it all with Tagraki, Corpse Mirror, whatever double true damage you want to run. So obviously always with Tagraki. The secondary one is optional. Like what you use for mana accumulation, what you use as your other true damager is optional, like what you end up choosing. But of course Corpse Mirrors don't generally the combination I like to do with it personally. Are we good to go? I don't think I changed anything else. Just double checking. That seems fine. Oh, I might need to change my metal setup though. I'll do that after. All 0 on dungeon as well. Yeah, I've been so unlucky. Like we're over odds at this point. That's eventually gonna happen. Though we're still getting Dragonite every single day, so worst comes to worst, we're still gonna get them at some point. At least there's at least one like guaranteed way that you can end up getting it. Like it's not the best, like it's not really giving that much, but you know, a little bit every day. Better than getting absolutely none. Like if we had to depend only on the RNG, that would be so absurdly bad. We to this day would still have 0 Dragonite. Which was probably one of the biggest issues that Curse Runes had when it first came out. Was the only way you could get it infinitely. Unlike the dungeons that are, you know, set per day. And there's like a set amount. However, you had to grind out of pure RNG to get those Curse Runes. And the odds of getting them were pretty low. They actually did multiple like buffed events around the time they came out. Which for whatever reason, they didn't make permanent buffs. They just made it temporary buffs. And the rate since then has just been abysmal. Like, it already was abysmal, which is why they kind of did those temporary buffs, but then they didn't make them permanent, which is probably the most surprising thing. Like, they did that a lot back in, like, December when it came out, and a little bit in January. But, they never brought it back, those really good rates for the, those Curse Runes. Obviously, you could still do some things to get it during, like, Vault events and stuff like that, but still a very low rate of them. Of course, they also added that gem thing that you could buy per day, but I would not advise that, unless you just needed some in a pinch. They're a little overpriced. Like, they're not horrible value, but they're high enough to not buy every day, that's for sure. Luck turned and haven't gotten a perfect in over a week. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are at that point. Like, not getting it in a week is going to be very common based on its odds. Not getting it after, like, 3 weeks is very unlucky. Like, not getting after a week, that's actually intended. Like, it's very unlikely you'll actually get one every single week. Realistically, you'll get one every other week. However, we're at, like, what, week 2.5 now? And we still haven't seen one. Actually, how long ago was it? Was it actually a 1 week and a half? It might not be too far over odds. And I honestly already forget when the patch came. And we have another one around the corner, too. We're getting another patch for Gems of War in, probably another week or 2 or 3. Like, sometime this month it's supposed to come out. If it actually does or not is within question. But it's supposed to. It could even be next Tuesday. I highly doubt it's next Tuesday, though. It's probably 2 Tuesdays from now. But there's a non-zero chance it is next week's Tuesday. As in 5 days from now. I mean 4 days from now. Let's see. Losing track of time. Yeah, I've just been picking a pattern and sticking with it. I literally stick to top 3 every time. And we shall take it until it eventually goes. Regardless of how many times it fails. Because you know, the literal second we don't click it, there's 100% chance it is the correct one. There is an actual 100% chance the time I even think about clicking a different one, it'll change. Or, you know, it'll finally be the one. So we shall always keep clicking the same 3. Every single day. So far, we've seen some patterns come up as much as 3 times. Like, bottom 3, I've gotten, even though I keep doing top 3, I've seen bottom 3 times. Actually, I believe 2 of them were, like, back-to-back days as well. Which I'm not sure if you consider that lucky or unlucky. It would be if we took bottom. But we've gotten bottom 3 times, but top 3 0 times. Which is quite unfortunate. You got bottom 3 first 2 days. I didn't get it exactly first 2 days, but I did get it pretty early in the cycles, like within the first 5 days. We got bottom 3 twice. Now, we don't really have a good move for this turn. Just gonna pass it and just let them get off with an enchant. Because of course we do have all those potion effects, which is pretty nice. Not from Underworld or anything, but you know, just from buying up the potions. Because we bought to tier 5, which gives us everything except barrier, if I'm not mistaken, which we don't really need. The bounty hunter is never really killing you. And also, you don't get any penalty for taking deaths in this mode, by the way. Doesn't matter how long you take to win or how many deaths you take. You still get the full amount of points. The multiplier is determined at the start of battle. So it doesn't take into account any kind of deaths or anything along the way. So as long as you have a 30 times multiplier going in and you win the battle and don't let the Valraven escape, you'll get the max amount of points. Because all that you're really looking for is having a 30 times multiplier, winning, and if there's a Valraven, make sure to kill the Valraven. As long as you do those 3 things, you'll get the max amount of points. But there's no penalty for taking too long or all your team dying but one. As long as one of them survive. It's one of the more lenient modes, where you don't really get penalized for anything at all. You can pretty much just do whatever, as long as you're using the full multiplier. The only problem with that is it leaves the teams that you can use very exceedingly limited. Which is why we don't normally cover teams, of course, because we were joking about that last night. Because, you know, you generally just run the same team every single time. It's literally just the same triple with whatever the bounty captain is in the last slot. Is almost how every bounty hunter goes. And the battle diversity is fine, but the biggest issue with the mode is, like, it has diversity the entire time. And then at the end, it forces you to take the same battle over and over and over again. Which is a little bit weird designed. I'm still kind of surprised they haven't tweaked over the years. It's been like that since Bounty Hunter first came out. And initially that wasn't really too big a deal. But just a little bit weird that with how many points you end up needing, you have to do that final battle a lot. Like, it made sense if you only had to do it, like, you know, a handful of times. But you have to do that same battle multiple times, like a couple dozen times. Get the full amount of points. It's just so weird that it doesn't make you, like, cycle through all the battles again. At, like, maybe the same level. Like, they all become level 20 or something. Like, still the option to do the lower ones, but, you know, like, also the option to, like, do them all boosted to 20. So you can cycle through them for better battle variety. Like, you'd still probably just take whatever the weakest one is, but still. Still be slightly better than what they have now. Yeah, we'll take that for now. Though if there's any mode that definitely needs a tweak, it is Arena. I mean, not Arena, I mean Treasure Hunt. Actually, honestly, there's a lot of them that could. There's a lot of ones that need a small tweak. Like, Thursday class events, it has never been that worth doing. Unless you're just going for leaderboard for orbs and stuff like that. The weekend arena events have always been considered, since their inception, the worst possible weekend events in existence. And then there's things like Treasure Hunt, that in theory is the best rate for gems in the game, but there's so many other passive ways to get gems that it's just not good for gems anymore. to a point where it has basically no purpose. You don't get class XP, you don't get hero XP. You're missing out on a lot of resources that you would get otherwise, like tokens and stuff. This is a really weird mode. And of course then there's Bounty Hunter, which for like more than half the Bounty Hunter makes you fight the same room over and over again. The first half is fine. The second half is a little repetitive. Like, at least with something like Explore, you're getting a different team every single time that you're fighting. Like, they're somewhat similar, but, you know, they're still different. But in Bounty Hunter, they are literally the same. You had 2 perfect runs. Nice, congrats. I want some so we can start showing the dragons a bit quicker. Of course, we got the green one the other day. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. How have I still not covered a video on the green dragon yet? I'll need to. I still have the team set up. I have to do that tomorrow morning. Also, I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow, but I'll probably stream on Sunday. As far as the morning stream, that is. Obviously, we're still doing our Gems of War stream every day. Treasure Hunt should give Underworld treasure. That would be interesting. The Underworld treasure, if we can't upgrade the lower ones, isn't that good. Because the big issue with Underworld treasure is the only ones that are good are the highest rarity 3, the epics, the legendaries, and the mythics. So if it's giving any of the lower 3, it'd be kind of pointless. But if it only gave the higher 3 in Treasure Hunt, that would actually be kind of cool. That could be one thing that could be added to the loot table. Because those treasures are technically always useful if and only if they are given in the higher rarity forms. I specifically don't do the dailies to get a little bit more of them, as I really don't have much of an inclination to, you know, get like a level 1000 faction. Which someone has actually already done, though it is near impossible to do. It requires so much gold. Like, it's more so, honestly, the issue is more so the amount of gold you need than the amount of treasure you need to try to get a level 1000. Like, it is a absurdly high amount. And I'm pretty sure the person who posted about it is literally the only person in the entire game with it, just because of how absurdly long it takes. Like, it's a multiple year endeavor. Like, they were probably trying for that since, like, day 1 of dungeons existing. Of the Underworld. Because that came in version 3.0. Which means if they've been playing this entire time, that's like 5-ish years, I want to say. Somewhere around there. Until someone finally hit a level 1000 faction. Just so absurdly hard to do. Well, one of the bigger things bottlenecking it is just getting the bigger treasures. Because as you get it further and further upgraded, the higher tier treasures you're going to want to use before it has too much of a diminishing return. And you reach a certain point where you're probably so high where you're using literally nothing but the highest tier treasure. Otherwise it would cost you way too much gold. Also, I just realized, am I even running magic right now? Are they that bulky or am I just not running magic? They're just that bulky. You're hoping they added Dragonite to the bounty rewards? Did they? I don't think they did. Pretty sure that's still the same. Oh, never mind. You said you were hoping they would. Yeah, they didn't. I don't even need to check. I just know they haven't. There's no way they would. Though I am glad they added deeds to journey events. The only problem with that is journey events happen basically never. They happen less frequently than Tower of Doom, which also happens basically never. Like, they keep adding modes like that, and then they never come back. Like, you know, they're in the game, but their cycle rate is, like, so absurdly bad. Till they come back around. Oh, so once we get 20, we'll hand out a code, by the way. Might even do 2 codes tonight. Also, probably should just poke them with a skull there. Yeah, hand one out at 20, and then maybe another one a little bit later. I'm not grinding all of Bounty Hunter tonight, though. We're spreading it between today and tomorrow. Otherwise, we'd be here a while. I feel like Bounty Hunter in total takes a little under 2 hours in the current state of the game. It also depends on your stats and stuff like that. But it's slightly under 2 hours, I would say, to fully complete Bounty Hunter. Though it depends heavily on what the final battle is. Because it could be like an extra 30 to almost like a half an hour difference, depending on how easy or hard the final is. Like if they have a bunch of revived traits or something similar. Since we're not going for a leaderboard, if the final fight is something ultra annoying, you could technically take 19 instead of 20. You're going to be getting slightly less points every single time, but you don't have to deal with necessarily as annoying of a team in some situations. And if you're not going for a leaderboard and you're just going for, you know, all reward completion, which I'm pretty sure most people are in the camp of doing, then it ends up working out better that way. We'll take that, we'll take that. Ideally another skull here would be great, though we don't have it. Only 2 HP. I kind of don't want to use Tagaraki for that. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. There we go. Perfect. It did work out. That's why I didn't want to use Tagaraki. He's already so damaged that we might as well just take it out with something else. And he's dead. Alright, let's see what the final room is. Oh no, they got a Marilith. Luckily it's blocked on both mana, so it's not that bad. Yeah, this seems actually fine. He does have a bit of a heal option into an extra turn, which could be a little annoying. But beyond that, it seems like an okay team to end up defeating. That Marilith would be a lot scarier if it wasn't double mana blocked. There's one thing that wastes time on a battle is if they're getting a lot of mana very quickly. And while this thing can kind of do that, everything else isn't really much of a threat in that regard on that team. Issue. We do not have enough mana for first slot, and I need a way to poke it. And now it's going to go crazy with mana. Not like it can kill us, though. It's sure going to try to, 3 damage at a time. See how far I can get with that. But yeah, Marilith is so blocked on mana, there's a good chance she will never cast a single time, which is nice. Which ideally will be the case. Oh yeah, we hit 20. Let me go ahead to the code. I'll go do it right after this battle then. Ooh, we got a Valraven. Don't you dare escape. Also, I just ruined my 5 times. No, I hate when it does that. Alright, let's just sort this down. Do I just aim directly at the at the Valraven? I kind of want to, but I don't have double poke. But we can just do mana again and be fine. Assuming we actually land it. Oh no, I don't have mana. Oh, well, we'll do it again. We'll keep doing it till it works. I know we get to kill Valraven. It's one less thing to deal with. Actually, let me take Skull first. Then we kill Valraven this way. Oh, don't you dare get full mana. Just trying to do it for a little bit cleaner on mana. So we didn't waste as much. Which is why we did it in that order. Oh, I should have taken the brown there. Whoops. I saw it there too, but I was like mash clicking the button. So I couldn't move there in time. Because normally we want to use... Corpse Mare is destroy, so if we see any of those new giant gems, we definitely want to be aiming at them because we get all that additional mana from them. Do we have a bounty hunter troop that summons? Yes, I think. I don't even remember, to be honest. Don't we? Pretty sure we do. No. Do you? No. Oh, maybe we don't. I could have sworn we had one that had a summon. Like, literally just one. I don't remember which one it is. Maybe we don't have one. I could have sworn there was one that summons. Ogress? Ogress is a summon on itself. That's technically not the same thing. I assume they mean, like, summoning something else. But yeah, Ogress has Fortress Gate. But that's not really a summon. It's more so replace itself. Which, honestly, is almost better than a summon. But, yeah, there's not actually a summon. Like, you know, a standard summon. Interesting. It's not really too big a deal. But yeah, if there ever was, you could technically infinite meat shield. If it could summon and also like mana accumulate a bunch, that would actually be good. Normally when a legendary or mythic has the capability of mana accumulating while summoned, it is really bad. Though in the context of bounty hunter, it actually wouldn't be that bad. Because in case you're in a Harrier situation, you just like auto win. But Ogress is already good enough for that because of the Fortress Gate thing. Oh yeah, let me hand out the code. Oh gosh, I keep forgetting, sorry. I know, let me go hand out the code. My short-term memory is exceedingly short. I find it weird the kind of things I can remember. Yet something like 10 seconds ago is not one of them. Like, I have a memory for such weird things. Yet, anything that was like 10 seconds ago, not the slightest clue what happened. Like, I can completely forget what's even going on mid-sentence of what I'm saying in my sentence. Oh, put that in there, put that in there. Put that over there. And oh, I didn't grab the right thing. There we go. And here you guys go. There is the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found in your settings menu. Redeem code's right over there in chat. There's a copy paste of random numbers and letters. And gives the same reward as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. And wind on another one in a little bit. Kafka actually sent me a bunch more for this month. And I haven't even used last month's yet, so... if she's going to keep sending them, we'll keep using them. Oh wait, that's not where I want to go. I want to go do Bounty Hunter. I went to the Kingdom. Well, technically, the Bounty Troop is from the Kingdom, which is probably why I thought to click there, because this is actually the background for Drifting Sands right here. So I was like, oh yeah, Drifting Sands, but no, it's Bounty Hunter. Anyways, let's keep going. And of course, we're now at the portion of spam final battle over and over again until we have 250,000 points. Like, this is the weird part, because we're at 75,000 points right now, yet we're already repeating the final battle for the other 2/3 of points that we need. It's just strange how it's structured. If Bounty Hunter was, like, over in a few battles from now, it wouldn't matter as much. But it makes you do, like, 20-something battles on this one. Because what are we getting per battle? It's like 6,000, right? So we're doing almost 30 battles on the exact same room. Which is not ideal. Because we're getting, what? Yeah, 6,000 per fight. And we're... yeah. So basically, you have to do the final battle, like, 30 times. So you do... yeah, you basically do 20 battles where you have variation between all the battles. And then 30 of the exact same battle over and over and over again. Which I guess that's technically only half the time. Well, technically, if you break it down, that's what? 2/5. But, that's about half the time. Though that's still not ideal. If it was like 1/5 the time or something, that'd be a little bit better. Like if you had to do like 20 battles, and then you had to do like the final one a few times over, it's like, okay, that's fine. But Bounty Hunter definitely makes you do this room way too many times. Luckily, as stats keep going higher, it becomes easier and easier to do in a timely manner. Though that still doesn't fix the primary issue of how it is structured. Because, like, right here, like, if we hit 100,000 points, that's, like, around the point where I feel like Bounty Hunter should end. It sticks for another, like, 15 battles beyond that. Who knows, maybe we'll finish all this stream. We're actually on pretty good pacing right now. This final battle's towards the easier side. Not the easiest we've ever had, but definitely easier than the average final battle. Because their mana combination doesn't really work that well. Their best mana accumulator is hard blocked completely on every possible mana. So a little bit of the easier one, so that's nice. Yeah, Bounty Hunter has really good rewards. It's one of those cases where the loot is so good that it outweighs the mode. Like, I feel like Arena event would be like that, because Arena has the inverse issue. As well as Treasure Hunt. Where it's like the loot's not that good. But honestly, I don't mind the modes. It's one of those things where the main thing is just the loot from it. That ends up making it the main appeal. Because this is the most... Bounty Hunter is the most consistent way to get major orbs that isn't Vault event grinding. It also gives you a max troop along the way. As well as a few other things mixed within. Compared to the Vault event weekends, it definitely seems a bit worse than what it used to be. But honestly, if you compare anything to Vault event weekends, they all look bad. Like, you can't compare anything to it. Even Tribute, that is broken beyond belief, and hopefully they will never nerf. Even that looks pitiful compared to Vault weekends. It's just so much loot. Hello, Mobarashi. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Imperified Inner. Say hi, welcome. We're gonna get a weekly giants to create giant gems from now. You think we will get something to the end of them? Wait, in the end, out of them. I'm not quite sure exactly what we mean. But yeah, we are getting at least one giant all the way at the end. I'm not sure if we're getting multiple. But we might be. I actually didn't check Terran's word for that. Plus, it will be updated soon once we get the patch. But yeah, those giants that create giant gems, they're going to have a lot of potential within the game. Because you can 50% mana start them from the Titan hero class. And the one that's really good is the one that we get all the way at the end from the season pass. Like, they made the mythic that we just had, that's now not in drop table anymore. Or, you know, not the only one in drop table anymore. They made that one kind of, like, ridiculously bad. But one that they made really, really good is this guy over here. Of course, it's paywalled. Or at least temporarily paywalled. But the Onyx Giant, it deals scatter damage and converts 3 gems of the chosen color to Uber Doom Skulls. This thing has a lot of potential, and we're getting a lot of other ones that will kind of synergize with it as well over the next several weeks. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how it pans out with the other giant gem creators. Technically, this isn't exactly a giant gem. Obviously, it's Uber Doom Skull, but still a similar premise. He reminds me a lot of Keeper of Souls combined with Yvandra, which is honestly a pretty nice combination. Like, it has the control of Keeper of Souls, but the power of Skulls of Yvandra. So it's a nice mix. His final trait's kind of clunky, though. I'm not sure if they're going to tweak that or not, because that can actually backfire very heavily if the enemy just keeps getting value from poking you over and over and over again, because I keep going back to Drifting Sands. It's because it's highlighted, because I clicked on it earlier. I keep wanting to click on it. Anyways, let's keep going on Bounty. We're technically almost halfway there already. You know what? Maybe we will finish the stream. Because now that I think about it, isn't this only going to take us like an hour? Has Bounty Hunter time honestly gotten that low? I always recall Bounty Hunter taking closer to 2 hours. Like, I know this is a slightly easier week, but still. Actually, let me pull it. How long does it normally take you to do Bounty Hunter? Create a poll. How long do you normally take to 100% all Bounty Hunter rewards? Let's see, under 30 minutes. Like 61 to 120 minutes. I should probably capitalize that first letter. Under 30 minutes, 31 to 120. Add an option. 121 to 180, which is 3 hours. Actually, I might as well just make them hours. 1 to 2 hours. Let's see, 2 to 3 hours. And then like 3 plus hours. There we go. There's all the options. Because I feel like Bounty Hunter has been a lot quicker recently. Yet not much has really changed. Maybe power gems have been causing it, now that I think about it. Though this power gem isn't really helping us that much. Like, some of them definitely have, that we've had in the past. But this one's not making too big of an impact. Like, it's giving us a little bit extra mana here and there. Because that's one thing I almost forgot to consider, too. Is the last several bounty hunters have all had power gems, which is a relatively new mechanic. You know, not super new, but relative to the time span of the game, it's newish relative to other features. Because that's one thing I don't really factor in. Is the power gem can definitely speed up a bounty hunter, depending on what the power gem is. This one, not as much as some, obviously. But it's definitely speeding it up compared to not having any power gem. Yeah, a lot of the giants are, a lot of giants just in general as well are giant elementals, so you can either go for either or when starting them. Sometimes they're better with Titan, sometimes they're better with Mirage Queen. Really depends on what the team is. You know what, I should have killed with this before I did that, but luckily a skull got it, so we don't even need it. We're going to explode this yellow just to get a bit of mana there. Then we use that to mana accumulate for the other one. We're literally just using its mana to accumulate for a different mana, which will then allow us to accumulate for a different mana and then get a kill. Seems about right. And he uses Shigaraki into a true damage poke. Which is pretty much Bounty Hunter in a nutshell. Alright, we're halfway there. Well, after this battle, we're halfway. I should have taken that brown. Especially since we actually needed some of it there. Just prioritizing the mana, though. I mean, I was prioritizing the damage, I mean, not the mana. That's not enough to kill, but I'm still gonna poke it. Unfortunately, we don't have enchant for the other thing. Oh, you destroyed 3 random gems. I almost forgot that's even a thing. I knew it did something a little bit extra. But, why on earth is it only 3? With how absurdly over-the-top broken all the other destroys are. Like, why would you only make it 3? Like, obviously they don't want another one being that broken. These are probably looking into rebalancing them at some point. But why only 3 destroy? That's basically like 0 destroy. It can in some cases even be worse than 0 destroy. No, in the case of Bounty Hunter, probably not. But if it was in natural battle, it could be worse. And having no destroy at all just because it could backfire and give the enemy a billion mana. Okay, we're halfway done with Bounty Hunter at the 36-minute mark. That's not too bad. Wait, what's the poll coming out to? It looks like mostly 2 to 3 hour. Actually, the under, interesting. The under 60 minutes is the smallest category. And if I wasn't talking a bunch, we're on track for that right now. At this point, I think I'm just going to finish Bounty Hunter tonight. We're already so close. So why do I keep not hitting the brown gem when I should be? Also, I just love the spam click horse. It's always funny. Because there's a lot of situations where you don't necessarily need to be poking something on the board. Though that would have been good there. So sometimes... The only problem is these giant gems are kind of throwing off that strategy. Because there's actually a lot of situations where you'd actually want to target towards the top, not the bottom. Because of the giant gems. But in spam clicking, you're most likely just hitting the bottom and not the top. You don't need the devs going crazy about something. I didn't see the other thing. Going crazy, trying not to accidentally give us something super awesome for Bounty Hunter troop. Yeah, they will eventually. Like, they gave us Shigaraki, then they eventually gave us Ogress. Corpse Mirror's in a weird category. It's really good, but it's not as good as it could be. That's pretty much every Bounty Hunter troop in a nutshell, though. Like, it does enough to justify using it. In the context of Bounty Hunter, its power is pretty strong. But Shigaraki and Ogress are so strong that even outside of Bounty Hunter, they could be used. Realistically, very rarely. But they are actually of such power that they are usable outside of Bounty Hunter. Because things like Corpse Mirror and many other bounty troops, while they're good in the context of Bounty Hunter, they're bad in the context of the entirety of the game. Whereas things like Shigaraki and Ogress are good regardless. Which is a good sign of a really good bounty troop. Is if it's usable outside of Bounty Hunter in like actual gameplay, then it's probably pretty overpowered in Bounty Hunter. Oh yeah, that one Druid Mage. Isn't that the one that creates a bunch of green and does like an entangle thing? Or am I thinking of a different one? I'm pretty sure that's the one that does green and entangle. Yeah, that one wasn't too bad. There are some contexts where that could theoretically be used outside of bounty. There's normally just better ways to spam green, like Goblin Shaman. Like I'm thinking of a low rarity thing similar to it. But Goblin Shaman's a low rarity one that auto actually turns off a green. It doesn't have Entangle, but it has a free heal and there's some other things going for it. And it counts as a goblin, so there's some goblin teams that spam it with Turnip. With like one other option. I saw it the other day with, it was really annoying with Beatrix. Because one thing that goblin team suffers from is freeze. So what did they do? They put a option on the team so that every time they extra turns, they would undo their freeze. Unless you stunned it down. Which I found really funny. It's not the first time I've seen it, but I got a good laugh out of it when I did. Actually, was that on stream? I don't remember if it was or if that was off stream. But, yeah, I did find that funny. Literally just putting the hard counter, or, you know, the anti-hard counter on their team. To their biggest hard counter. Because goblin teams just completely melt under freeze. But they put a cleanse there to try to combat it. And it actually worked, as you'd kind of expect. If they counter their counter. One other really funny thing that can counter the counter is putting that one impervious red-blue goblin. I can't remember his name. But ever since he came into the game, goblins have been ran in a really weird way. Because he's the only goblin in the game with impervious. Which means he is immune to freeze. Which means if they randomly hit freeze or stun or other similar things on him, it does nothing. Meaning if you get really lucky, goblin teams can sometimes completely negate out the enemy's freeze by simply having an impervious that it just happens to hit. But yeah, that drastically changed how goblins were built. Like you can still build without it, but that troop is used a lot in pure goblin teams or almost pure goblin teams. Yeah, Toad Squeezer, that's the guy. And he wasn't even meant to be like a normal troop. He was an invasion troop, if I'm not mistaken. But too bad he's not a boss slaying troop. That would have been insane if he was a boss slayer. Especially now that we're getting more bosses. Because one thing to consider, even though the gem dragons are decently strong, they have the Zugaf problem in that they are a boss. So there are a whole arsenal of troops within the game that do 5x damage. There's also one that has auto extra turn that does 5x damage to bosses, which is very devastating. I believe it's the goblin one. Not the goblin one for invasion, but the goblin one for boss slaying. Kind of interesting to see if he'll actually become really meta once we start seeing a lot of bosses. Because right now, I feel like the most bosses you ever see on one team is 2. However, there is a time where we might see 2 at a higher frequency, or even 3. Because 2 you see very rarely right now. It's normally Zugaf and Rage Kyrander normally. But it might become more common to see like double gem dragon of some kind. Or like Zugaf with the Skull Gem Dragon once people have the 6-colored one. Oh, we're a while before people start getting the 6-color one. But you're going to see a lot more bosses once that happens. Because then we're going to have access to Zugaf. More people have access to the standard colored ones. And we're going to have that gem one. I can't remember its name off the top of my head. Just a gem one. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of options for it soon. Because there's going to be at least 3 different build archetypes that you could end up building. Like a kind of almost pseudo pure color team with one of the gem dragons. Any of the standard Zugaf builds that already exist. And all the things that the Skull Dragon will end up getting built into that uses 6 colors. That has a lot of potential, as it is the only troop in existence that is player owned that is 6-colored. There's 6-colored weapons, but it's the first 6-colored troop. I wonder if I'll get another 6-colored troop into the future. Probably, realistically, at some point. Though, honestly, I'd rather get another 6-colored weapon than a 6-colored troop next. Because the current 2 6-colored weapons are really dated. So to have a new one would be kind of cool. Since that would give a lot more diversity to Hero. Not like it needs even more, but you know. Hero having more things to do is always cool. Oh wait, do I even have enough sigils to win it tonight? I just realized. There might be one problem with trying to finish Bounty Hunter tonight, and that is running out of sigils. I believe it is barely enough. Unless you get really unlucky Valraven roll, I'm pretty sure buying tier 5 is enough to complete it on a Friday. Because we've done it before that way. Actually can't remember off the top of my head. But I'm pretty sure you can end up killing it out this way. final 70,000 or so. So what is that then? Like 12 battles? How many did I say earlier that we had to do, like 20 something? Or was it 30? It might have been 30 actually. Yeah, it was 30 something. Gosh, that's too many. But it's good loot. Or at least we'll find out at the end if it's good loot. There is actually, if you get really unlucky, it is theoretically possible to lose value when doing Bounty Hunter. The chance of this occurring is very, very low. But there's a non-zero chance you actually lose value from completing out Bounty Hunter. However, you do gain value in the sense that you get a max troop and stuff like that. But by default, there's that value, which is harder to put a number on. But it's possible for your actual like keys and your orbs and stuff like that to give you undervalued loot. Because the main thing you're looking for is at least one major purple or one major blue to break even. Or like 2 to 3 small blues and a bunch of small purple or something similar. Because if you don't end up getting that and get like nothing in your vault keys that you open, you can actually theoretically slightly lose value. But you still gain value from having the max troop. Honestly, that's one of the main reasons I even do Bounty Hunter these days. Like, obviously to go claim all of our loot if we're already buying the tiers, but just getting the troop maxed. It's probably one of the bigger incentives. Though I don't care about that for factions, because there's a really direct way to end up getting them upgraded. But it matters a lot more for these, since you can't just directly target the Bounty Hunter troop in the future. Hello, NASA, by the way, and thank you for the like. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Helps a lot. What do we even need here? Brown surge. No, I didn't surge. It did the brown part, but not the surge. Come on, it's literally one poke away. Anything will kill it. Or any true damage, anyways. Has Mirrorleaf even casted a single time yet? I don't believe she has. She would have been so much more of a nuisance for mana accumulation if she was anywheres other than dead last, blocked by 2 colors. Or replaced with a Valraven. Actually, honestly, the Valraven's scarier than if she was there. Because now we have to deal with having to target it. Though luckily it is still blocked on some mana, so that's fine. Not like it's completely unblocked. Oh wait, let me take that brown first. Ooh, one short of Rocky. That's unfortunate. I do want to go all in on the Valraven just in case though. Pretty sure we're fine, but always good to get rid of it. Don't want it doing any shenanigans. I'll take the big brown gem, which I feel like I've been missing a lot, but it's mostly because I keep spam clicking the ability. Because what generally ends up happening a lot this time around is I'm not really putting into account the power gems. And what I ultimately end up doing is throwing down this explode. I then have my mana. I then immediately click like right now, and then I don't even check to see if there's any power gems at the top. Because that's what's been happening a lot of these turns, and it's like, oh, there's a power gem I could have gotten for more value. It's not too big a deal though. And realistically, we've only missed it a couple times when it really mattered. Most of the other times we were already winning the next turn anyways. Or literally doing the final blow. Gotta make sure I get enough mana for that. Because you can do that to, of course, do any kind of board control you need. For mana and other various things. Normally to get Rocky up, obviously. One of the main incentives for doing that. And that's a match. Oh, the final stretch. What is that? 6 into that, that's 43,000. 43 into 6, that's 7, that's 8. We'd have to do 8 more fights. With this one counting as one of those 8. I know, he's getting a bunch of cast off. That's even worse because he gains life. And the big issue with gaining life is our whole team is true damage. Which makes all of our calculations for killing way off than what they should be. Okay, please stop healing. Alright, now that one's really annoying if it gets going. That's like a couple minute delay if that ever gets going. Because you just full AoE buffs everything on HP. Now Marilith has its mana and everything. Which honestly is almost the bigger threat of it actually even casting. Is that Marilith gets rolling. which is annoying because it keeps wasting its time with all of its casting and everything. Ah, there we go. Yeah, we definitely got to make sure second slot doesn't go too crazy. That was actually probably the first battle we've had where it's done that. It hasn't, most battles it hasn't been. Oh, it is definitely the biggest threat. Marilith would be the biggest threat if it was located somewhere it's not double blocked on mana. But because of it is, that's generally going to be our biggest threat every fight. To such a degree, I guess we could theoretically just rush to Kaki. I haven't actually been doing that for a lot of these fights. Though we can go rush to Kaki and then just double poke it. Make sure it goes down. And since it's already damaged here, we could just go for a skull or go for the other thing to kill it all the way out. Oh, that 3 destroy almost gave the last 3 mana we needed. That was funny. So close. Not quite, though. No, that's quite. Oh, that's not enough damage. Actually, yes, it is. No, it isn't. Wait, what's your boost ratio again? No, why'd I do that? Not sure why I was thinking that boost ratio could actually be enough there. It's based on skulls, right? Yeah, and there was nowhere where there was enough skulls to boost ratio high enough. Like, I saw the boost ratio there, but I forgot it's based on the skulls you hit, not on all skulls on the board. Only the ones you destroy get the additional bonus. I mean, you're technically getting twice the amount of damage, in a sense. One boosting your true damage, and the fact that every skull you destroy also does more damage. Unfortunately, those skulls do physical, not true. They are both hitting the same target. Which is almost a bad thing. Honestly, I wonder how much different Corpse Mirror would play if it hit last slot. Because it would technically be more convenient than hitting front. In a lot of situations. But it does go for front. At this point, we just basically just need a little bit of mana. Cast everything once and we're good to go. Unfortunately, we don't have enough mana to go. Oh no, I should have went down there. I could have gotten the last little bit of brown. No. Oh, I was hoping he'd give us a skull option. I'm gonna have to cast again just to poke him. Ever so barely. No Noctowl plush? Honestly, Lester, just for you, we need to go shiny hunt Noctowl soon. Not like soon, but sometime soon. Like maybe later this month or early next month. We shall farm you a shiny Noctowl. Well, we'll get it on stream. I haven't actually handed out any of my shinies ever to anyone. I like keeping them all. They're all special to me. Like, I even number all of mine in Legends Arceus. Yeah, I still care about every single one of them. Even shiny number 736. Actually, we're not that high yet. I think we're at like 600 something or almost 700 something. Actually, we haven't streamed that for a while. I might have to this weekend. This Sunday if I do. Because I'm going to be too busy tomorrow to stream. But I might have some time on Sunday. And when I say stream, I mean midday stream. Obviously, we're still doing the Gems of War one every night. As we always do. Oh, I should have put that onto a second slot. Honestly, we need to be prioritizing it more. I've been prioritizing it so little compared to how big of a threat it is. Yeah, it's only really popped off in one battle, which is actually very convenient. Because it really should have done more in many of these fights. It just never has. We're doing so much damage. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should have just went for mana. Now we have the issue where that did basically nothing. You was talking about your above comment. Wait, what was your above comment? You just bought a 24 giant plush of Squirtle. Did you really? Oh, that's funny. It's a perfect gift for a 43-year-old. Honestly, I feel like Nintendo's demographic, even though they still kind of like target kids, like I think their above like 30-something demographic is bigger than their like under 18 these days. Because like so many people grew up with like Pokemon and stuff like that. That is kind of inverted at this point. Because there's more longtime fans of the series, of things they've done, compared to like fresh blood. Not that the younger generations aren't into it, but you know. Like, the ratio of older people that are is surprisingly high these days. Oh, why did I just not take Skull? We had extra turn Skull right there. Oh, so this is our second to the last fight? Hey, we got it done in an hour. Yeah, why does Bounty Hunter feel so much quicker? It has to be power gems, honestly. Like, what else has changed in the last, like, half a year? Other than, like, power gems being literally all the time. Because that's why Bounty Hunter feels so quick sometimes, lately. I'm pretty sure power gems are doing it. Like, I don't feel like in a fight power gems are doing that much. But apparently they are. Because our time has gotten down so much since power gems have existed. Even when there's weaker power gems. As long as it does something, like, relevant at all. Like, Lycanthropy probably made it slower. But, like, you know, Wish gems made it quicker. Potion gems made it quicker. Giant gems made it quicker, which we have right now. Oh, gosh. Oh, no. As I say that, we're in a really bad fight right here. Where this one actually got a cast off. The worst thing that can happen, because then the other thing gets mana, and it just starts snowballing from there. And now Mariliff's going to cast a billion times. And honestly, we could actually lose if we're not careful. Which would be really sad if we actually lost. I don't think we've ever lost a Bounty Hunter fight. Have we? I think there was one time where we got, like, semi-close, like, down to one troop. I don't think we've ever actually lost a Bounty Hunter fight, though. I know, my mana accumulator, I needed that. Oh, there we go. Alright, final fight. And yeah, we did it within an hour. Or under an hour. Which, based on the poll, is the smallest number. A lot of people might be doing it while doing something else. Because normally when we're doing Bounty Hunter, we're pretty focused on it. More often than not. Like, I'm not multitasking or anything because I normally do it on stream. Like, if I was doing it off stream, Bounty Hunter would probably take me closer to 2 to 3 hours. But this is because my whole attention isn't on it. But on stream, we've honestly been getting, like, almost under an hour every time. Like, I can't remember the last time we didn't do around that time now. Let's see if we've been getting those better power gems, because a lot of them recently have been pretty good for mana accumulation. Yeah, this is our final fight. Let's go see what we get from our loot. Because that is Bounty Hunter completed in under an hour. There we go. Right, let's go hand out another code. We finished Bounty Hunter. It likes clubbing. For the title. Alright, let's see what we get from our orbs. Come on, blues, purples, and powers. Alright, good, good, good. Oh, God, we're just hitting all of them. Look at that. Double purple, blue. We're getting everything we want. Come on, blue power, blue power, blue power. No! Oh, the first screen was so good. The second screen was so bad. But yeah, we hit, what was that? Blue double purple or double purple blue? One or the other. But, not too bad. Of course, you get the vault keys. You get a bunch of keys along the way. The other knickknacks here and there. I wish there were some deeds in here, though. That'd be one nice thing to update. There's a little bit of diamonds and stuff, but they could really benefit from adding a few deeds here and there. Also, we got the title and the little card thingy and the little icons, so we don't have to pay for those later. And the backlog of billion things we need to go spend gems on. Hey, our tribute's ready as well. Because, of course, in global chat, you can get all those little knickknack stuff, which I always end up getting, like all the emojis and stuff. They add up over time. Apparently, I haven't updated them in a little while. It's like a billion of them down here. Because most of these are locked behind, like, going super deep in a lot of events with gems. And it's normally just cheaper at a later time to go get them with 50 gems. Also, I haven't actually tried using most of these in global chat. It must be so annoying trying to use these now. Like, there's just so many of these little emojis that it's getting pretty clunky, I'm pretty sure, to find anything. Though I wish they would add more like these that actually add assets of the game. It seems like one of those like no-brainer ones. Like they literally already have assets for it. Yeah, there are so many emojis that aren't in the game yet that could literally just be assets pulled from the game. Oh, also, we almost have every letter. That's going to be really funny when we can finally do every single letter in emojis. I can't remember the full coverage of letters we have right now in the alphabet. But we will eventually reach a point where they have like a custom letter for every single one. Of course, you can use hex code in global chat to already do any color letters you want. But to have big letters like that would be kind of cool. Or at least for like a single word. Like recruiting in like big text or something similar. Like you wouldn't be able to do it for your entire sentence. but for like a word or two, just to make it like really big as like a title of what you're saying, that'd be actually kind of cool. Unfortunately, we don't have that many letters yet. I think we only have like 8 big letters or something. Not sure the full list. Plus, they're all scattered about, so like trying to find each one is because if you try using them in global chat, they're like not next to each other. If I go click right over here, for example, and I want to go find the letters, like for example, wait, are they next to each other? Hold up, maybe they are. Wait, are all the letters actually placed next to each other? No. Like there's B, there's S, there's H. Wait, how many do we have? There's only 3? I know for sure we have more than 3. Come on, where are they all? Where are all the vowels? Give me a vowel. Oh wait, I thought there was way more than that. Is there really only 3? I could have sworn we had like a third of the alphabet by now. Anyways. Anyways, does anyone else have any other questions? Anything you want me to go over? Anything? So I'm gonna go hand out a code. And I think we're going to be calling it a wrap. We got our main objective done. We finished the entirety of Bounty Hunter in under an hour. Let's see. Let me go get you guys another code. For any of you interested on PC mobile version. Put that over there, put that over there. That Bounty Hunter is complete. There you go. Up. Come on, copy. Alright, there you guys go. Enjoy. You were worried about saving gems a couple days ago, and now you're buying emojis? Well, I do want to do all the completionist stuff too. Like, this is a cost that we're going to have to do eventually. Like, if I click it now or later, it's still us losing the gems. But, yeah, this is a cost we'd eventually have to do. Because as a full-blown completionist, we must get all the useless emojis that we probably won't even use a single time or once at most. Because what if we needed it and we didn't have it? Also, just for having it, for the sake of having it. I'm not going to do all the titles and portraits right now. Actually, all the titles we should already have now that I think about it. Because we finished out every single event. We should only be missing 1 title, and that was the title from... well, technically 2, because one of them's from the other thing. But we're only technically missing 1 title from a past event, and we can end up just gemming for it later. I've never actually done that for any of the titles, but we'll be able to soon. Let's see. What am I looking for here? Oh yeah, there's also all these. I'm not going to go get all these right now, though. That'll take forever. Yeah, I think the time span for them is normally like 3-4 months or something. I think it's 3 months. But anyways, any other questions, anyone? Let me know. Otherwise, I believe that is a wrap. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, 2,500 gold. Nice. We still have a nice amount of gems. 33,000. It only costs like 1,000 to buy a billion useless emojis. Oh, I forgot. I didn't actually take the daily adventure board. Oh, I actually have the 150 brown kills. At this point, I'm just going to do that off stream, though. Like, this is basically Dust Devil spam anything. And we'll be good to go on that. It won't take too long. Actually, I'll probably do it while grabbing dinner. Realistically. Oh, so hello, Andrew. Welcome, welcome. Hope all has been well. We just finished Bounty Hunter. As well as about to finish the stream. I don't know, maybe we'll go grind the brown right now. Because I'm going to do it anyway, so... might as well do it on stream. We're already here. Because if I did forget to do that on stream, what I would just do is, like, eat something while just spamming the button. Because all you'd have to do is just Dust Devil for that. It'd be very straightforward. Just go to, like, KZL. Actually, oh, there's a problem with that, though. KZL? Ooh, I need to think of a different location, because I can't just KZL quick kill with Dust Devil. But we could with Rowan. Better late than never, I know, right? But thanks for stopping by. Hope your weekend goes well. It's finally the weekend. Hellcrag actually has the highest percentage of brown. Oh, I didn't think about that, because it's a newer kingdom, it has less troops. Because I know numerically it has less browns, but percent-wise, you're right. It probably has the highest percent of brown in the game. And not probably, it likely does. Because that's one thing you have to consider when it comes to a kingdom, is not the actual number of a color, but its ratio of its color compared to its total number. Because it's possible for a kingdom to have less of a color, but more of a percent of a color compared to another kingdom. And the percent of that color is the thing that matters. Yeah, let's go here real quick with Dust Devil. Oh, and explore 12, obviously. Let's do this, do this, do this. Where's my double thing? There it is. Alright, and we'll spam this until we have 200 kills. I mean, 150 kills. And we already have 89, so it shouldn't take that long. We just need, like, what, 61 kills? We're getting, like, 3 per battle on average. So realistically, that's, like, what, 21 fights then? Maybe a bit less if we get lucky. Because realistically, we should be getting at least 3 per fight. There might be somewhere we get 4. Oh no! Ah, we can't quite do it here. That's the Kazale problem. Is there any brown is there a single brown kingdom that doesn't have the fortress gate problem? I don't think there is. It's kind of unfortunate. Because those 0 attack troops on level 1, or you know, on the lowest level Explorer, survive a 25 damage poke. Which is slightly problematic. Wait, you even survive? Wait, what? Oh yeah, we definitely can't do this here then. Now I have to go change our Rowan build, I guess. At this point, we just have to go Rowan. Which is slightly slower, but if we're getting like 3 browns per fight, it's fine. That's only 2 right there, but still. Oh, I don't have the right thing set to it though. I still have the thing from when we did it on Monday. I still have it tweaked. Rowan's not that much slower. The only problem is you have to give up your turn every single time, but it's definitely going to one-shot for sure every time. Like, we don't ever have to worry about it not one-shotting, that's for sure. Yeah, no problem for the code, everyone. Enjoy. At this point, I guess we'll just finish out our brown kills and then call it a wrap. Now that we already finished Bounty Hunter. Oh, well, we won't have anything to do on this weekend then. I guess we'll just have to do some Vault grinds. Do a bunch of Vault grind, maybe a little bit Explore 12. Give out a few extra codes if we get anything juicy. It seems like we're averaging about 2 per fight, which is not ideal, but we're gonna get there. The problem is trying to do one of like each individual troop, making it slightly more likely that I'll end up rolling on well, not the same color. Because if it doubled up on multiple of the same, it would happen a little bit more often. Which looks like it's trying to do unique troops, making it less likely it'll multi-brown on us. Because with less browns in their drop table, it's less likely it'll hit them. It seems like it's doing unique ones each time. Hey, you can't survive this time. We are prepared with higher amount of damage. Hey, is Chastotani's bulk actually that high? I never even noticed that. Because he survived that 25 poke earlier. It could have been from the +2s as well, from the trait. How are we doing on brown kills? Also, how did that one only have 1 brown? Alright, there's a double brown. Honestly, I almost feel like Kazale's ratio is better. Not sure if we're just getting unlucky. How many more kills do we need? Oh, we just need 36. We're pretty much there. That's what we want to see, a triple brown. Though I don't think it has given us a single quad brown yet. It's unfortunate. It's bound to happen eventually, though. Also, it feels weird seeing so much of a faction troop. But you have to keep in mind, because there's so few troops in the kingdom, the ratio of how many are faction troops compared to not faction is relatively high. So it feels like we're seeing a faction troop on almost every fight. Just because there's so few troops in this kingdom. Oh, we didn't get full mana on turn 1. Which is the other issue with rowing builds, comparatively. I should only need about 20-ish more or so. And it's always worth doing these. Because if you don't end up doing it the day of, you don't get your extra 20 gems the following day. Because if you have the 100 gem one there, but you take more than a day to do it, it basically cancels out your following day's thing. Which means you could have potentially gotten another 100 the following day, or at minimum of 20. So you normally want to make sure to clear them every day you see them. It does take a little bit longer than the average one, which gets done passively by doing almost anything. But you get an extra 80 gems for it, so it's definitely worthwhile. Even if it takes you an extra day, you're still getting more profit comparatively. Well, it's always good to clear them out on a day if you can. Which we did have to go out of our way for like 15 minutes to do so, but it's normally worthwhile too. 15 minutes for like 80 extra gems is definitely worth it, that's for sure. Too bad there's not an infinite gem farming method that good. Imagine if Treasure Hunt was that good. That would end up being 320 gems per hour. Which right now it's like 50 to 60 per hour. Give or take a bit. Like 360 per hour? Then everyone's doing Treasure Hunt. Oh, so hello Jason, welcome. I still feel like they're going to add epic treasure maps. How they're going to implement it, who knows. But there's like a 100% chance they're adding epic treasure maps next year. And they're probably literally just going to be called epic maps. Because they seem to be doing that for everything. They added epic tasks, they added epic vault keys. The next logical conclusion, since there's so many treasure maps in the game, is they're going to add epic maps. I wonder if you're going to accumulate them. Who knows what convoluted system they'll make for that. But it's definitely what they're going to do. Like, when they finally do a treasure hunt rework, there's at least a 90% chance they're adding epic maps. I'd be exceedingly surprised if they did not do such a thing. Alright, there we go. We got our 100 gems. Maybe we have to go out of our way a little bit. Like an extra 12 minutes, but it's worth it for 100 gems, that's for sure. It'll help pay for the emojis we just got and wasted our gems on. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. We will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll mostly be messing around with vault key grinding, either treasure hunt and or vault key, either explore 12 or vault key grinding. And I'll have a few codes and kind of just go from there. As we basically finished out everything we need to. The only thing we may not have is the guild event, but I believe the guild, yeah, the guild's pretty much there. By the time we stream tomorrow night, they're pretty much already going to have it done, so I think we're good to go. And of course, we just finished Bounty Hunter already. Took us a little under an hour. And, but anyways, guys, have a wonderful week. Catch you guys later. No midday stream tomorrow, but we probably will on Sunday. Though I do need to try getting out that green dragon video. I meant to do it like 2 days ago. And if I have time tomorrow, I definitely need to. Otherwise, we'll do it Sunday morning before we do the other stream. But it's mostly just on the green dragon we got the other day. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your weekend, and catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.